time, there were these three bears who lived in a house in the woods. They were three. The Papa Bear said,
"The poet's too hot. Let's go for a walk."
So the three bears went for a walk in the woods. Well, while they were gone, there was a musician named Mr. Goldman who was out driving and his car broke down. And so he came to this house in the woods to make a phone call. Well, he knocked on the door. No one answered. He knocked again. Still no one answered, so he walked into their house. Oh, he was hungry. So when he saw the bowls of porridge, here, take that. He tasted it and said,
"This is too hot.
He tried the medium bowl and said,
This is too cold.
When he tried the smallest bowl, he said,
This is just right."
and he ate it until it was all gone. Oh, he was so full, he decided to sit down in the TV room and watch some TV. But when he got there, he sat in the biggest chair and said,
"This is too hard.
So then he tried the medium-sized chair.
This is too soft.
When he tried the smallest chair, he said,
This is just right."
but it still broke. Well, he had some time before the tow truck was going to come, so he went into the room with the three beds and laid down in the biggest bed and said,
This is too hard.
then he lay down in the medium-sized bed and said,
This is too soft.
but when he laid down in the smallest bed, he said,
This is just right.
and he fell sound asleep. Took off his Goldman hat. All right. Sit up. So while he was sleeping, the three bears came back from their walk in the woods. Well, when Papa Bear looked at his bowl, he said,
"Someone been eating my porridge."
and Mama Bear looked at hers and said,
"Someone has been eating my porridge."
and Baby Bear looked at his and said,
"Someone has been eating my porridge and they eating it all up."
so they decided they would go into the family room and watch some TV and wait for the pizza to come. Well, when they got there, Papa Bear looked at his big chair and said,
"Someone been sitting in my chair."
and Mama Bear looked at hers and said,
"Someone has been sitting in my chair."
and Baby Bear said,
"Someone has been sitting in my chair. They broke it all to bits."
and with that they decided it was time to go to bed and fix it tomorrow. They went into the room with the three beds, where Papa Bear looked at his bed and said,
"Someone been sleeping in my bed."
and Mama Bear looked at her bed and said,
"Someone has been sleeping in my bed."
and Baby Bear in an excited Baby Bear voice said,
"Someone has been sleeping in my bed and he's still there."
with that, Mr. Goldman woke up and ran out of the house into the forest back to his car where he never went into a stranger's house again.